Place.
This is Lola Albright. I will be playing the part of Constance Mackenzie until the return of Dorothy Malone.
Tonight starring Lola Albright as Constance Mackenzie, Ed Nelson as Michael Rossi, Mia Farrow as Allison Mackenzie, Ryan O'Neill as Rodney Harrington, Barbara Parkins as Betty Anderson, Tim O'Connor as Elliot Carson, Christopher Connolly as Norman Harrington, Peyton Place.
Constance Mackenzie Carson raised her daughter Allison alone, protecting her, guiding her, providing for her. A short time ago, Allison was struck down by a hit-run car, and Doctors Hospital has been a place of sadness for Constance ever since. This evening, Constance walks through the same corridors, but now they are a setting of hope.
Hello, Mike.
Hello, Connie.
Is she all right?
Yeah, she just fell asleep while I was talking to her, which is very flattering.
You're a very relieved doctor, aren't you? I don't have to tell you how grateful we are.
Well, I didn't. This is a normal process of recovery.
She was awake for a little while earlier this afternoon.
Did you talk to her?
Well, only for a moment. I didn't want to press her.
That's good.
Maybe later. When Elliot gets here, maybe she'll be rested.
It's a big moment for him. Look, do you want to wait in my office?
Oh, no, thank you. I'll just wait here until she awakens.
I don't know, Stephen. It looks pretty comprehensive to me.
Maybe so. But somewhere between the black and white lines, there's a gray area in Stella's life. Something that can't be documented, that doesn't check out.
This detective, how'd you happen to single him out?
Ed Wainwright and Kennelly, I had some dealings with him. He's one of the best.
Foley Medical Center, Oakland, California. Westover Medical Institute, Los Angeles, California. St. Mark's Hospital, San Diego, California. That's a lot of ground to cover, Stephen.
It is, and I can see that time's against us. But somewhere, there's a man, or a woman, who knows something about this girl. Something they don't think is very interesting at all. A detail. The flaw we need to destroy Stella Chernak's testimony.
You sound very certain.
Well, he has a theory, Dad. If you dig deep enough, you'll always find dirt.
Yes, I'm certain.
Well, I'm not sure I like the way this information was obtained, Stephen.
We didn't solicit it, Mr. Harrington.
Let's hope it doesn't backfire.
It already has. The hospital found out that Betty took it.
What happened?
They asked her to resign.
Well, when did you find out?
The night it happened.
And you didn't tell me?
Rod, I know how you feel.
And so you spared me. Huh?
Rod.
Look, I know, our hands are clean. We didn't solicit it.
Look, Rod, I know I'm responsible. I know I'm responsible. It's probably Lawrence.
Rod.
Oh, we've done real well by Betty, haven't we, Dad?
Hello? Yes. This is Mr. Cord. Thank you. Hello, Mr. Lawrence. What'd you find out?
She definitely did work at Foley Medical Center in Oakland, the dates indicated.
I see.
Westover Medical Institute here in L.A. checks out, too. I'm just giving you the foam on the brew, okay?
Yes, go ahead.
Dates of employment at Westover are the same as those indicated on the personnel file. She's careful.
What about San Diego?
St. Mark's checks out, too.
I see.
The director of personnel there has the same dates, the same record.
He did.
Well, now I'll start digging and send you whatever I come up with as soon as possible.
Well, no later than the end of the week.
I'll try.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
Well?
Well, the preliminary facts in Stella's file check out.
Strike one.
Not really. It simplifies things. gives the agency specific points of departure. If she'd lied about things like where she lived, it would be a lot harder to locate people who knew her.
And if the next battery facts check out?
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Have you ever had any experience with private detectives, Mr. Harrington?
Oh, yes. We've had experience.
Well, then you know the good ones have a watchword. Tenacity. I guarantee you that before that detective is through, he'll find out every bit of dirt there is to know about Stella Chernock. And I guarantee you, there is dirt.
In here today?
Seems to me you've been asking me that every other day now. If it was me you were playing nursemaid to like this, it'd be off the wagon so quick you couldn't pick up the pieces.
Ada, tell me.
No, Stella. I haven't seen him. But there are 4 other bars in town. And how about the liquor stores?
Thanks. Thanks a lot. Give it up. Looks worse than it did before. Thick coat of dirt's a good disguise around here.
Well, that's your opinion.
Can't make a silk purse out of a sow's ear. Now, you may not believe this, but that's not original.
But you believe it, don't you?
Oh, I sure do.
And Joe was a sow's ear, wasn't he, Stella?
No,
Well, how come you gave up on him then?
I didn't. What business is it of yours, anyhow? Speak up, girl.
Why'd you think he'd be alive today if you hadn't given up on him then? You were his sister. He worshipped you. Even after you decided he was a sow's ear. Remember that letter he wrote you? He wanted you to send him a bus ticket so he could get out to California and be with you. You never answered it. He waited for 2 whole weeks. It's all he could talk about. Stella was going to send him the ticket. It's going to come tomorrow. And tomorrow. Well, it never came. Do you know why they sent him to the honor farm? Do you?
He stole a car.
They tell you why? He wanted to get to California to be with you. You wouldn't even send him bus fare. He just wanted to talk to you, Stella. He missed you. He loved you.
Leave it alone, kid. He never loved anyone.
What is it, honey?
Hey, Rita?
Rita?
Okay, what'd I do now? Come on, what's bothering you?
I just decided that I'm going to tell Stephen Cord that I lied to the police. And I did see Joe the day he died. I have to.
How come?
Because of Stella. I don't know if it'll help many if they know, but I have to anyway.
You know what they're gonna do to you?
Yes,
It's not gonna be easy.
I know.
They're gonna want to know all about Joe, and Kitch, and all that crowd.
I'll tell them.
They're gonna want to know why you stopped going with them and started going with me. Are you sure you want to tell them that?
Get off her back, Norman. Whose side are you on?
Rita's. Are you gonna tell them about the warehouse graduation night? Look, They know I got in a fight with Joe. They're gonna want to know why. At least they're gonna ask you. Are you sure you really want to tell them that?
It's not gonna bother me. It's gonna bother you.
Dumb kids, neither of you know what you're talking about.
I love you.
I'll go call Stephen.
You sure you won't mind when the whole town knows that Rita went from Kitch to Joe to you inside of a year?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Sure you're sure now that your brother's in trouble. Any help you can get, you'll take. You don't care who it hurts.
You think I'm a bum, Mrs. Jacks?
Rita won't mind if the nice kids snub her. And people look crooked at her when she goes to church. She won't even mind if the girls don't invite her into their sororities after she spilled everything on that stand. But if you walk out on her after she does, then, brother, you might as well hang it up now and go get her and tell her to forget it. Because I'll make you sorry you ever laid eyes on her. I'll make you wish you'd never been born. Do you understand that? All she cares about is what you think about her. Nothing else matters to that kid.
I'll never walk out on Rita, Mrs. Jacks.
You haven't really thought this thing through at all, have you, Norman?
Yes. Yes, I have.
Hello, Stella.
Oh, Papa.
Where's Mama?
She's at church. She left you some eggplant. The way you like it.
Oh, good. You want some?
No, thank you. I'm not hungry.
Sit with me, huh, Stella?
Sure, Papa.
Go ahead, have a little. Hey, you know what, Stella? The big boss came back today.
Martin Peyton. Yeah, I heard.
You know why he came back? On account of your papa, that's why. He's scared. They're all scared. Harrington comes 3,000 miles. The boy cries to you in the parking lot. And now, old man Peyton himself. Like little rabbits, they're all scared.
Why don't you have some milk, Papa?
Oh, they got good reason, too, huh? Only this time, they're not going to be able to buy their way out. This time, they're going to sweat.
Why don't you have some milk?
The only time they stick together is when they're scared. Oh, maybe they will try to buy, though. Maybe they'll try to make a settlement. Maybe old man Peyton will call me and say, Chernak, I want to make a deal.
No, Papa.
Sit down, he'll say. Then he'll open that fancy silver box on his desk and he'll give me a custom hand-rolled cigar. I'll let him light it for me. And when he does, his hand is going to shake.
Do you think that's what Joey wanted?
Joey?
Yes, Joey didn't want a settlement. Joey wanted to live. Papa, can't you ever see things the way they really are?
You think I've been drinking? I don't need a drink. I don't have to. Stella, things are going to change.
No, Papa, they're not going to change. Papa, you're not going to get any settlement. When this is all over, you're still going to be a night watchman. You're not going to be any different. I'm not going to be any different either, I can tell you.
What are you talking about? We're going to get them. Stella!
You'd better get started, Rod.
Well, I have a few minutes. I'm not due to be presented to His Majesty until 7 o'clock.
Your grandfather doesn't like to be kept waiting.
Excuse me.
Hello, Betty.
Hello.
You been to Boston?
3 guesses.
Stephen told me what happened, Betty. I'm sorry.
I wish he hadn't told you.
Well, I would have found out anyway.
I suppose so.
Betty, if there's anything I could do to help you find something else.
No, that won't be necessary.
Well, just in case, I'd be more than willing to make a few phone calls if you'd like me to.
I won't.
I feel somewhat responsible, Betty.
There's no need to.
Nevertheless,
Mr. Harrington, I won't be needing your help, thank you.
All right. Well, Norman's waiting to be fed, so if you'll excuse me.
Nice to see you again.
And you.
Goodbye, Dad. You're remarkable, Betty. Nothing puts a dent in your pride, does it?
I'm going to take that as a compliment.
That's about as close to one as you'll get from me after slapping my father in the face.
He is condescending.
He was only trying to thank you for what you did for me.
Whatever makes you think I did it for you? Goodbye.
Welcome home. How'd it go?
Okay.
Tired?
Mm-hmm.
Did you talk to anyone at the clinic?
No.
University Hospital?
No.
Are you all right?
I'm sick of nursing. You have to love to serve people, and I don't even like to serve people. In fact, I hate it. I even think I wanted to get fired. When I took the folder back, I knew Miss Choate was right behind me, and I went into her office anyway. There were footsteps, but they went away. Then she came in. It was weird. It was like I knew from the beginning that she was going to catch me, and I did it anyway. I wanted to be forced to do something, to be somebody.
Just who did you talk to in Boston?
Oh, a couple of employment agencies, a couple of law firms, a couple of public relation firms, and a couple of advertising firms, just about everybody.
Well, that's wonderful.
What's wonderful for the ego. I had 3 offers, good money and good positions.
Betty, that is wonderful.
I turned them down.
Did it ever occur to you that you might have been just a little bit foolish in making your decision so abruptly?
What's abrupt about it? I felt like I was lying every time I filled out an application blank. I just couldn't figure out why. And then this afternoon, as I was getting on the bus, suddenly everything seemed to fall into place.
Just like that?
Just like that. The last time I ran away to New York, I was miserable. I couldn't stand New York or myself in New York. And I don't want to go through that again. So no matter how you look at it, if I go away now, it'd be running away. And I want to make it here. I want to show people that I can. I want respect from this dumb town and importance. Just like you.
Would you explain that?
Oh, Mother, come on.
Betty, the first thing I wanted was happiness.
That's why you married Daddy.
Yes.
And? What else did you want out of the marriage?
A home. Family. Security.
Why George Anderson? Class president, football star, scholarship winner, the boy with the drive, the boy most likely to succeed.
I loved your father.
That's irrelevant.
I beg your pardon.
He was going places faster than anyone else in this town, and you wanted to go straight to the top.
I loved him. That's all.
Until Leslie Harrington.
Oh, that was uncalled for.
What do you mean, uncalled for? Where's the old honesty we used to have around here? Cliche after cliche, it makes me sick. What does love and happiness and security got to do with you and me? Empty words. Well, talk specifics. You like Mr. Harrington because he is successful. I don't blame you. So stop pretending that I do.
The last time you shouted at me, you were 7 years old. And you threw a temper tantrum because we couldn't afford to send you to dances.
Don't change the subject. I was just trying to point out to you that you're no one to tell me not to want success. It runs in the family.
You are still young enough to change.
No, I'm not. I was born wanting everything. Ever since I was a little girl, I've always wished that Mount Everest was somewhere around here so that I could climb straight to the top and stand there and holler, I made it. I made it, see? Do you understand that?
Oh, that sounds like something Stephen Cord would do. Oh, Mother. You wanted to talk specifics. All right, tell me. Does your mountain climbing include Stephen Cord?
It includes the top of the mountain. Nothing else specifically.
I am sorry to hear that.
Why?
Because you're going to be lonely.
I'll get dinner.
How long has it been?
Almost 3 weeks. But it doesn't matter. It's all over now.
Mother, what happened?
You don't know?
Dr. Rossi told me I was in an accident. I don't think he told me anything more. My left side, I can't move it.
But you will in time. They started to give you physical therapy while you were still sleeping.
All I remember is waking up in the morning. And that's all.
Well, don't you worry about it. Because Dr. Rossi says that it's quite natural after a shock like that to forget what happened. It'll all come back, you'll see.
What kind of an accident was it?
But you were hit by a car, a hit-and-run driver.
Where did it happen?
On the beach road.
The beach road? What was I doing there?
I don't know, dear. Look, don't try to force yourself. It'll all come back to you, you'll see.
How's Uncle Matt?
Oh, he's fine. He's having a wonderful time. He wants you to write him just as soon as you feel up to it.
Right. Oh, yes, I'm gonna write a poem for the newspaper on how good it is to be alive.
Well, that'll be wonderful. Now, you just have faith and patience. And pretty soon you'll be up and about. And before you know it, you'll be home. You've been through a terrible experience, but it's all over now. Are you tired?
A little bit.
Well, you just rest and listen. Everything's going to be just like old times. No, not quite. Better. Much better.
Hello, Alice.
Hello. Hello, Mr. Carson. It was very nice of you to come.
Preview from the continuing story of Peyton Place.
But I'm a father, Mike, and she knows I'm a father. Is it brain damage? It's possible. Mike, can I get one answer that doesn't end in a question mark?
You can't keep living in the past. My mother taught me that.
I'm glad you mentioned her. Tell me, Rodney, do you think she was guilty of murder?
Do you think I'm guilty of murder?